Hello there, everyone. My name is Oversoul. This is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome to the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. Much like I did a replay of the main game last year after finishing it myself, I now too I'm going to do a replay of the DLC for the game that came out last week, now that I have also played it myself. So, this is loading off of the exact same file that I used to do the replay last year. So, since I did not unlock all of the lucky emblems in that file, I will not be using the Oathkeeper Keyblade. I'm sorry. And I can't start a new playthrough of the DLC on my main account on my PS4 because I already finished the DLC over there and saved over my main file because it lets you switch between the DLC and the main story on the same file. But now there's no clear save data that doesn't already have the DLC attached to it, so now I can't start a new playthrough of the DLC until I do a whole new playthrough of the main game again. I know, it's really stupid. But anyways, so, this DLC is about Sora going back to find Kairi's heart after the events of the main game. But here's the thing. Real quick, before we get going, I just want to explain. This game follows the events of the end of the main game for the most part, because Sora, at the end of the game, uses the power of waking to go find Kairi, but he does it by traveling back in time and jumping between the hearts of his companions. So sometimes it'll switch between present-day Sora traveling back in time, and sometimes it'll be past Sora from the Keyblade War at the end of the main game. This part right here is from the beginning of the main game, when Xigbar, or Brag, was watching Pete and Maleficent give up on looking for the box in Hercules' world and give up Pandora's box. Now this is what happened after they left.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Remember, I explain things in my playthroughs.
Picture this. A black goat stashes away a letter, then orders a white goat to search for it. What could his intentions possibly be?
Great! A riddle. Just what I need.
There are many possibilities. Perhaps he forgot where it's hidden. Or he's playing a prank. Or the letter has truly gone missing. I can think of several reasons offhand. Guessing is simply useless.
Well, then just follow your orders. Plain and simple.
Just blindly follow.
Yes, that's what I've always done. I follow the orders from above, without question.
But not anymore.
However, I sometimes can't help but read into my opponent's strategy.
Too long on the job?
If the contents of the box are so unknown, why is it of such critical importance to the organization? Furthermore, was it Xehanort or Xemnas who gave the order?
Well, it's tricky.
I mean, they're technically the same person.
All Xehanort cares about is the clash between the 7 lights and 13 darknesses. It's unlikely he would hold such an interest in this mysterious box.
He doesn't. Xigbar
Which means
does.
the order was issued by Xemnas, or the one who informed me of my task, you.
Exactly.
As if. It must have been Xemnas.
No, it was you, Lushu.
My inquiries suggested otherwise.
Oh, man. You asked him.
What are your intentions?
Look, I don't know what's inside the box, but it's been protected by Keyblade wielders since way back when. Aren't you curious? I heard it contains information that's vital to all Keyblade wielders. Secrets.
And where did you hear this?
I don't remember. I keep my eyes and ears wide open, but I've traveled so many different places. It's hard to keep everything straight, you know?
If this box is truly as important as you say, why now? I believe you discovered that others also seek it, and you need to find it before anyone else does, in order to keep your connection to the box a secret from those around you. Xigbar, who are you really?
Luxu, first apprentice to the Master of Masters.
No matter. It doesn't make a difference to me. It's all the same. I'm content to feign ignorance.
The question is, who are you, Luxord?
Someone from the past. He might have a connection to the mobile game, I'm thinking, maybe. So... Okay, so this is after they defeated Xehanort at the end of the main game, and Sora uses the power of waking to go back and save Kairi.
It's finally over.
This is where it actually picks up.
Oh?
So we're beginning at the end here.
No.
We'll find Kairi. Let's head back to Master Yen Sid. We can figure it out.
You may notice they updated the animations a
No.
bit.
I know what to do.
Sora!
My whole journey began the day I lost her. And every time I find her, she slips away again.
I know, it sucks.
I thought we'd finally be together, but she's out there, alone. Not for one more second.
That's right.
Thank you, Donald, Goofy. But this time, I have to go it alone.
Sora, listen. The power of waking isn't to go chase hearts around. Even if you do locate Kairi, you might never come home to us again.
He wasn't wrong.
I will. And we'll both be back before you know it.
Please.
Let him go, Mickey.
Riku!
His heart and his mind are made up.
I don't want you to get any
Now believe in him.
any false hopes.
Yeah.
This definitely ends
Safe journey, Sora.
the same as the main game,
Thank you.
with Sora disappearing, just like he did after saving Kairi. But that's just it. See, that's the thing. We don't know how he managed to save Kairi. Well, I do. You don't. Unless you played this or seen it already, then you do. But for those of you who haven't, you don't. Right? So that's just it. This is the story of how Sora managed to bring Kairi back from the dead after she was crystallized and shattered by Xehanort. This also gives us some more backstory on organization stuff. Don't expect it to answer every question, though. It's actually going to bring more questions up than it answers, to be honest with you. Things to be answered down the road, probably in the mobile game or some shit. The important part about this is how Sora manages to bring Kairi back. That's what this is about. There's a lot of really cool team-up sessions, too. And a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 nostalgia in there as well. Oh yeah, this is hardcore fan service DLC. This part right here, however,
So?
there's the Master of Masters. And young Xehanort.
It wards off darkness. It's useful.
Told ya. So, how'd it go?
I'm assuming you guys remember the Master of Masters from the back cover movie that we watched together before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Hopefully you do anyways. At any rate, though, that's him right there. That's him again. The guy who was the master of all those people in the animal masks.
The tour.
At one point, it appears young Xehanort was also an apprentice of his. Or at least he gave him some unsolicited advice.
I learned the reason for my existence.
Post-Keyblade War, of course.
Oh! Tell me more.
All around the world, people live seemingly peaceful lives. They believe themselves to be moral and virtuous, but it's all an act. Darkness lurks in the pit of everyone's heart. Their light is a total farce.
Sounds like your trip around the world opened your eyes, but you got a little bit more than you anticipated. You must have seen a lot of darkness.
Those who are weak and who desire greater power simply strip the strong of their power and convince themselves they've earned it. That's how people become tainted by darkness. They believe what they want to believe, using hollow reasons as justification. They repeat this cycle, and their darkness grows.
So you're saying the weak feel the need to justify their actions to maintain a sense of self. Can't let that slide?
No, it's better they be ruled by darkness.
That's fucked up,
People
my dude.
carry delusions of having power, but it's a lie. They are but sheep pretending to be wolves. Though I admit, I can understand why.
Oh, I've never heard that one before. A Keyblade wielder willing to side with the darkness? Why not just let them be until the darkness consumes them?
Because left alone, the world would fall to chaos. There needs to be order.
You sure about that? Why not just sit back and watch it play out?
Understanding hearts is difficult. More so the emotions within. I simply realize that it's easy to dismiss what you don't comprehend.
All right, all right. The world needs you. I'll grant you that one.
I don't know what I can do, but I will act. What comes next is too important.
I suppose letting false light dictate the future might be a pretty lousy move.
You just
So,
sat back and watched.
You can make a change. You have that power. What do you want for the world?
The Master of Masters comes across as one of those people that just likes to sit back and watch the world burn.
Power, eh? Who knows? My training's coming to an end, and the exam's not far off. Maybe I can gain some clarity then.
You're letting the exam decide? Listen to me. The results don't matter. You believe the world needs you. Sounds like you already know where you're headed.
It's funny. Somehow, I can sense where I'm supposed to go, and what I'm supposed to do. Yes. Even this coat. There's something familiar about it. As if I'm meant to wear this.
You get a little nudge from your future self eventually, so
No. You'll ditch it soon.
you end up not needing that coat.
What do you mean?
I mean that one day you're going to outgrow it.
How so?
If you truly possess great power, the darkness can't control you. You won't need a silly old coat to stay safe. In fact, you'll be the one controlling the darkness instead. Me, on the other hand, I'm too much of a scaredy cat to ever take mine off.
Who are you, really? Some kind of fortune teller?
Well, I could lie and tell you that's what I am when I'm actually a brilliant artist, or even a scholar. I could tell you that I dream of world peace when I'm actually planning for its destruction. The truth is what you see with your eyes, not what you hear.
So, your name?
What did I just... Never mind. I guess there's no harm. My name is...
Of course they're not gonna tell us. Just more unanswered questions for the future. This is probably setting up that mobile game Project Xehanort, to be honest. That
I'm
was
a
announced.
lost master.
A lost master. Just like the Animal Mask ones. They're considered lost masters as well.
Lost master?
But he is the master of masters. The master of lost masters. He is the master of
May
all
your
of them.
heart be your guiding key.
Like in the hierarchy of Keyblade wielders, that mystery dude right there is at the tippity top of the pyramid. He is the master. Still, though, yeah, 75 years later, in this exact same bleeding spot, an older Xehanort. Oh, just so it doesn't catch you by surprise, by the way, we all know Leonard Nimoy played Xehanort in Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. We also know that he was replaced with the guy who played Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic games, in the main Kingdom Hearts 3 game. In this DLC, however, he's been replaced yet again. This time, his voice is Christopher Lloyd. Yes, that's right, Doc Brown from Back to the Future is Xehanort in this DLC.
What's so funny, old man? Mind sharing with us?
I stand here today because of a fated encounter. Very many years ago, when I was still a young lad. I never learned who he was, and perhaps I never will. But I see now the truth he spoke of.
We don't have time for bedtime stories. Without the kid, we're still down a 13th vessel. And as for the other 12, only 3 of us are here right now. Are you absolutely sure the others made their way back to their respective times?
Marluxia and Larxene are both here in this time, attempting to locate the new 7 Hearts.
During the main
Luxord
game,
is also somewhere about in this age.
that's when
But
they
after
were
our
in,
last meeting, he went in search of something per your order.
they're talking about those. This is during the main game when those 3 were out causing trouble in the Kingdom of Corona, Arendelle, and the Caribbean.
Isn't that so?
Huh. Oh, that. Right. Well, let's just say that what he's doing will benefit us in the long run. But it's really of no importance right this second. Go on.
Playing your cards close as usual. All right. The hearts of Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas, Riku Replica, and young Xehanort returned to where they came from and reassembled once more. Each of them is seeking a Guardian of Light.
So, the ones who turned human, and then back again into nobodies are me, you, Luxord, Marluxia, and Larxene, that's 5. The ones from the past transferred into replicas are Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas, Riku Replica, and the old man's younger self. Then we add the old man in, the total comes up to 11.
Right, because in the
I think
Kingdom
we're
Hearts
still missing
lore,
2.
when you travel through time, only your heart travels.
Now we
not,
must discuss why we have assembled here today.
not your body. So in
My
order for
incarnations from past times,
Those
vessels
guys.
into which I transferred my heart, my essence, were destroyed. Thus I was restored to what you see now. For one to completely disappear, their heart and body must be restored to their original form. That is one reason why I distributed my heart into several vessels. Ansem and Xemnas originated from Terra, or rather his young form, and it too was restored. However, my heart has returned to me, while his is yet lost. I decided to fill this hollow vessel with my heart. Indeed, the very same heart that previously resided within young Terra.
So that makes 12. Then, who do we get to replace the kid?
20 replicas were created by Vexen. The first 12 were nothing more than puppets, barely human. The prototype model was the Riku replica, and then number I was made. That leaves us with 6. Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas, Riku replica, and young Xehanort's hearts. 5 vessels, 1 left. Vexen and Demyx are candidates, but backups at best. The plan for the last replica is to give it a heart that is connected to Sora's.
Connected to Sora? Anyone in mind?
The second prototype that was created, number I. Though erased from memory, it remained in Vexen's records.
Xion.
Its existence is greatly linked to Sora's memories, and thus should prove to be more than adequate for our needs.
Number I. An imaginary number. How fitting.
While young Xehanort is occupied with transferring hearts, I must go fulfill my duty. I will go and retrieve Vexen.
Reliable as always. It sounds to me like you've got everything dependably under control. Well, I'm off to do my part.
But a lot of that makes sense
The plan, as we agreed upon.
as considering hearts, or considering in the Kingdom Hearts lore, the way time travel works, your heart can travel through time, but your body cannot. So in order for the past versions of himself, in order to show up here in physical form, their hearts had to travel from
May
the
your
past.
heart be your guiding key.
Their hearts had to travel from the past and be placed into replicas that were created by Vexen's replica program. So the Riku replica from Chain of Memories wasn't the only one. Xion was based on a replica as well. She was imbued with Sora's... She was a replica imbued with Sora's memories. And a lot of their vessels in Kingdom Hearts 3 came from the use of replicas. Replica is also how they brought Roxas back, too.
Huh?
And Naminé.
This is
The final world. Welcome back, Sora. To what is basically purgatory. And there's Chirithy again.
Chirithy!
Back so soon? What's wrong?
Well...
And thus he tells Chirithy the story of the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh. Even with the power of waking, you can't just bring someone back.
But Kairi's heart hasn't been lost yet. She's still with us, right?
Maybe, but this time, I'm afraid the situation is a lot worse.
Her heart's been shattered into pieces.
Hey, I've already restored 6 hearts. What's one more?
But that's not
Famous
how it's
last
supposed
words.
to work at all. The power of waking is meant to be used to wake and restore sleeping hearts,
Not dead ones.
not to restore them after they've completely faded away from existence.
You can just say
You've
dead.
done that 6 times before, and as a result, you've managed to greatly alter the course of history itself. You've broken a nature taboo,
Nature...
a forbidden act.
Yep.
Break a taboo of nature, and you'll end up paying an extraordinary price.
Oh,
I just want to point out, by the way, the last person in Kingdom Hearts lore to perform this forbidden act, quote unquote, from what I understand, would be the Master of Masters. Yep. He was warned.
I've heard that before. So, what's the price?
Your life.
You'll lose your powers. You won't be able to use the power of waking.
And you'll die.
That's all?
Sort of.
No problem.
But that's not all.
You'll be lost to
You
somewhere.
yourself will vanish from this world.
Vanish from...
And without your powers, you can't return to the world you came from.
Vanish from this world.
I don't
This
care.
world.
What?
Keywords. And by this world, they don't mean like world within the Kingdom Hearts sense of each world being a different level. They mean world as in this universe. Once we get to the secret ending later on, or the secret episode later on, you'll understand. But it looks like this franchise is starting to take a turn to where the next saga is going to focus less on a universe based on Disney worlds and closer to something more Square Enix.
There's a lot I don't understand. But I know that this is all I can do right now. I have to do everything I can to get Kairi back. That's the whole reason behind my journey.
He's ready to give up his life to
I
save
can't
her.
stop you, can I?
That's true love right there.
Nope. I have to follow my heart.
Well, then this really is goodbye.
Goodbye!
So listen carefully to me. You'll return to the past again. But you won't be able to rewrite it this time.
Nope, you have to live out the events as
No
they
matter
happened.
what happens, you have to accept it and move on.
Yep. But that's the thing about this, though. So since Sora is able to... I have new abilities, huh? That's pretty cool. Whoa, where did all that come from? Seriously. Anyways, though... Since Sora here is traveling back in time, he will see himself, but he's jumping between the hearts of himself and his companion. So basically, he's not actually there himself. He's inside the hearts of everybody. His traveling through time heart is inside everyone else's hearts, watching the events as they play out. So when you see things that you didn't see before, it's because that is Sora experiencing these things for the first time, based entirely on the events of what happened. Sorry, basically, his ability to jump between different people's hearts allows him to see things that he wasn't able to see the first time around because he wasn't there for it. But some of the stuff will indeed be the same. Just a heads up on that.
Is everybody okay?
The heart you have now, it already existed during that time. It went back into that past earlier. Nothing can change that fact. The place where you'll return is the tear in the fabric of time that was created when you changed your destiny, then changed it once again. In order to not stray too far from the true power of waking, you'll enter and pass through the hearts of the Guardians until you reach Kairi's heart.
Basically what I just said, more or less.
Every emotion that each of the Guardians felt, sadness, anxiety,
I know that you're not him.
fear, kindness,
Now let our friend
everything
go.
they saw, and everything that they felt then, you'll clear a way through it, traverse across their hearts, and dive ever deeper inside. I can't be sure what's waiting for you at the end, or what you'll actually be able to do. But by following the connection of hearts, you'll come to discover a greater truth, one that's sure to help you.
You will be torn heart from body.
But in this flow of time in the past, you'll only have up until the moment you left for this place, so you'll have to find and restore Kairi's heart before then. That's all the advice I can give you. Beyond that, I can only say, may your heart be your guiding key.
This is Ven's heart.
Yep.
Ven! Ven! What? Who are you? Darkness. Vanitas?
I like how he immediately said Vanitas? Because he knows he's attached to Ven. But nope, this is not Vanitas. It's Dark Inferno Key. Because it's not an X, it's the key symbol. This guy is like a dumbed-down version of the secret boss from Kingdom Hearts 3 Dark Inferno. He looks pretty much exactly the same, he's just not as hard to beat. Still a fight, though.
Back at ya!
These are going to be some fair challenges going on here because I am only level 44.
Try this!
Damn it. This dude's got moves. That's right, get wrecked. This is actually one of the only new fights in this DLC, though. This DLC has some fights that are new, but there's also some very familiar fights. It rehashes a lot of stuff from the end of the game. But what's different about those fights this time around is that you can actually play as the other characters instead of just Sora.
Nice!
I guess I should be using Starlight, huh? Fuckers. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a Kupo coin. I almost just died. Ah, shit, he did the thing. Come on, you bitch. You're almost done.
Got him! Yeah! Back off! Strike!
Yeah, that's right. I cheesed it with magic at the end. Sue me. That guy's annoying. Anywho.
That's it!
Right. Meanwhile, back on the past Sora side of things, remember, some of this is gonna happen. The events can't be changed. A lot of this is gonna happen exactly how it did. Some of these cutscenes are going to be exactly the same, but a little bit different. Because they account for present-day Sora's heart traveling through. And this was that part where Donald used that magic attack that killed him. Yeah, they want to make us relive all the sad parts from near the end of the game, but it's not so sad when you remember that they all survived. Still, though, this entire sequence was really dark for Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
Ven!
Yep, see, there's Sora's heart. Sora just jumped from Ven's heart into Aqua's.
Is
what just happened.
Aqua's heart?
Yep.
Ven's heart was so peaceful. But this is fear.
See, like I said, some things are a
Can't
little
be
different.
real.
It's essentially the exact same cutscene from before, except that little part with present-day Sora jumping between hearts. Some of this shit is really cool, though, because it gives you some extended views.
Pull it together, Sora. We haven't lost them. They still have their hearts. But we have to protect them.
Right.
Yeah, you did a bang-up job of that the first time around.
We stand together.
You might be wondering why they all just, like, froze up, though.
Mickey, Kairi, Goofy, watch the others.
No! We should all get to safety while we still can!
It's too late for that.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I was gonna say that's bad, but we remember how this all turned out anyways. It's hard for me to commentate on a cutscene that I already commentated on a year ago. It's essentially the same thing. I can talk about the new parts. Here's something cool, though.
Can't be. No.
This is different. We get to see what Aqua saw. She didn't see Heartless. She saw Phantom Aquas from when she fell into the darkness. That's why she froze in fear and couldn't do anything.
So, this is the fear and despair that Aqua feels. And now, I feel it too.
See? That's when Aqua got swiped up. Time travel is such a weird thing. I don't understand why the time-traveling Heart Sora is fighting this Phantom Aqua, or how he was even affected by that nonsense to begin with. The Heartless attack, I mean. He shouldn't have been affected, he wasn't actually there. I mean, he was, but he wasn't, you know what I mean? It's not him. Not the same him, anyway. I mean, it is the same him, but it's him from a different time. You know what? I'm gonna stop trying to explain it, because I might be making it more confusing. I haven't got a single hit in on her yet. What the fuck? Seriously? even using Starlight to begin with. I am not going to use the pirate ship to beat her. That is cheesy as fuck. Uh-oh. Come on, Aqua. Or Phantom Aqua, I'm sorry. I like to think, though, that what this battle is a physical representation of Aqua getting lost inside her own darkness after being consumed by the Heartless just now. You know what I mean?
Back off! Back off! Back off!
Got her. Anyways, that was definitely a rehashed fight. We already fought a Phantom Aqua when we brought her back from the Realm of Darkness. And Dark Inferno technically wasn't new either. Considering that he's a secret boss battle in the game, one of the battle keys. I did beat him on my main file though, got the trophy and everything! Oh, did I have to live through Sora's scream of anguish again? It's so heartbreaking every time. Even when you know how things are going to turn out, still hearing cheery and chipper Sora make that kind of scream of anguish is just, on the heart.
Terra!
Ven!
Terra, we found you!
Terra, please say you're in there.
What gives, Aqua?
I know that you're not him. Now let our friend go!
This scene is about to bring into play something that I really don't like about time travel stuff, because it insinuates that in order for anything to have happened the way it did in the past, that there had to have been a version of Sora from the future that traveled back anyways, thus causing a time loop paradox where there is always a version of him that comes back from the future to these past events in order to have somewhat of an influence on said events. This right here is an example of it. Regardless of what Naminé's star said in the final world, this Naminé, or I can't even remember. Naminé shows up. You'll see what I mean. It's weird.
Did I pass through the tear?
You're inside your own heart, Sora. Here's Naminé, though. She's also in your heart. But this is where things get weird. Because you remember how we found a star that was Naminé in the final world, right?
What are you doing here? Have you lost yourself, like I did?
Well, it's a long story. But tell me, why haven't you returned to Kairi's heart yet?
You remember how the second time after Sora saved them all and they came back,
He is their 13th.
The second time around, they were saved by Terra's lingering will.
Today is the day you all lose.
And you remember how Naminé had something to do with that?
Before you even face the 13, every last one of you will be torn heart from body. But fear not. The Keyblade will still be forged.
Will it now?
Because I'm still not able to. But I'm calling out to Terra's heart, and I brought him here.
Terra?
No. Terra's heart is too steeped in darkness. Instead, I've brought out Terra's most personal and powerful thoughts.
His lingering will.
This is Terra's sadness, anger, lament.
Terra's thoughts? We're not gonna lose to you.
Yep. And that's how he showed up the second time around. Naminé literally brought him out of Sora's heart. And future Sora was there inside the heart of his past self to see it happen.
This is impossible.
I agree. But
how I've waited for this moment.
Not when Nomura's writing the script, I guess. Some things change, but some stay the same. Gadzooks. See now, as far as everyone else was concerned, that was the end of it for them. And then they end up dealing with a new threat. They end up dealing with the Heartless again. However, Terra's Lingering Will and Xehanort, or Terranort or whatever, here, decided to keep clashing.
Wretched spirit.
As long as Master Xehanort resides within you, you're a threat to Aqua and Ven.
How noble. You would give your life for theirs?
What life?
You must be removed from existence. At all costs.
There's not even a body in that armor. It's literally a ghost. I thought we were going to get to play as the armor for a second there, but...
Naminé, can you call out to Terra?
No, his rage is too strong. He won't respond to me.
No matter who gets hurt, it's bad for Terra. Either way, you have to leave. Go to the world of ocean and sky.
And you?
I got this.
I'd like to think him telling her to go to the world of ocean and sky is how she ends up a star in the final world to begin with. But I also know that's not true, because that would have happened the first time, not the second time. And this is the second visit, because it's when the Lingering Will shows up, so...
Be gone!
Crunchy face. Oh no.
How can you be here?
Hey, I can travel to different times too, you know. Did you think you were the only one with that power?
You dare.
Well, that's a no bueno. Of course, we know now that that thing trying to crush Sora is Terra. Remember that? Terra's been the guardian the whole time. That wasn't Terra Sora, it was just his ghost.
Seeing that you have also taken the forbidden path, you too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
I can shoot projectiles too, bitch. Watch. Ba-ba-bam.
Over here! Now!
Back at ya! Yeah! Got him!
Enough, I agree.
Over here! Enough!
Here we go!
Enough!
Back at ya!
Over here! Surrender!
Okay.
Over here! Enjoy!
Nice!
Enough! Enough!
Back off!
Skaboofa! I didn't do enough.
Back off! Back off! Back off!
Over here!
Okay, I'm out of magic now.
Enjoy! Over here! Surrender!
Got him!
Over here!
This was a lot easier on my main file because I was a lot more leveled up on that
Over
one.
here!
On my clear game save.
Back at ya!
Over here!
I was like level 70 something on that. I'm only level 40 something on this.
Over here! Enough! Over here! Over here! Enjoy!
Got him! Yeah!
Over here!
There!
Enjoy! Over here!
Back at ya!
Over here!
I gotta get super aggressive here because
Over here! Over here! Enjoy!
Got him!
Over here! Over here! Over here! Now!
See ya!
damn it, you'll never let me get a full fucking build up on the second floor.
Over here! Surrender! Over here!
He has the most annoying Keyblade attacks in the entire fucking franchise.
Enjoy! Over
All the times I've played Birth by Sleep, you think I'd know to look for that, but
Over here! Now!
you can't break yourself out of the middle of a combo in favor of prioritizing blocking. It literally won't let you. So it's because of how floaty the combat is.
You resolve.
Anyways, there. Finally took care of that bullshit.
Darkness awaits you!
So if I remember correctly, this right here leads to present-day Sora, the one who's traveling back in time, to get knocked out for a bit. And so we're going to follow past Sora as he goes through the labyrinth in the Keyblade Graveyard and faces the 13 organization fighters again. See? There he is right there. Anyways, though, that also serves as a good stopping point for this episode of the DLC. So we're gonna go ahead and call that a good stopping point for this episode. So that's only the beginning, though. There's still plenty of Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC to come. We have the rest of the Remind main scenario to finish, not to mention the cutscenes from Limit Cut and the Secret episode, which will probably both be covered in the same video. But anyways, so that'll be it for this beginning episode. In the next one, we'll go through the battle against the 13 organization members yet again. That should be fun, but this time there'll be extra cutscenes, different things. But let me know what you think of this DLC so far in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave it a like, and as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you possibly at another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye.